If you put your home in a trust, did you just make a costly, overly complicated legal mistake, or did you save your family months of legal misery? Every single week, clients walk into my office and ask, what's the catch with putting my house in a trust? Today, I'm giving you the raw, unfiltered truth. We're breaking down the 3 real disadvantages of putting your home in a trust, the subtle friction points most people don't talk about, plus the 4 massive payoffs that make it worth every single penny. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether a trust makes sense for your family. Before we talk about the drawbacks, let's make sure that we're on the same page about what a trust actually is. Forget the legal jargon. Imagine a treasure chest or a box. When you sign a trust agreement, that legal treasure chest instantly appears. It opens up. You can then transfer ownership of your home and other assets inside that box. While you're alive and healthy, you hold the keys. You're the trustee managing everything for yourselves as beneficiaries. Nothing about your daily life will change. But if something happens to you, your designated successor trustee, usually an adult child or a trusted loved one, gets the keys. They step in seamlessly to manage and distribute those assets to your heirs without asking the judge for any permission. Sounds great, right? So why doesn't everyone do this? Well, let's look at a few disadvantages. Disadvantage number 1. Setting up a trust is simply more expensive than writing a basic boilerplate will. There is custom legal drafting involved, property transfers, and strategic planning. While it costs more today, a trust is almost always dramatically cheaper in the long run. A simple will sends your family directly into probate court after you pass, which burns through far more money in court fees and attorney's bills than a trust most of the time will cost upfront. Disadvantage number 2. If you plan to refinance your mortgage down the road, some mortgage lenders are squirrely about trusts. Title companies sometimes are squirrely also. So they get extra cautious and they might require you to prepare or present them with extra documents, typically a certificate of trust, which is prepared by an attorney confirming the trust terms. Usually it is a mild annoyance, but it is legal paperwork that's easy to prepare and you can go ahead and sell your house. Not every mortgage company or title company will require that. And in our estate packages with trusts, we usually prepare a declaration of trust, but for many years down the road, they might want a new declaration of trust to make sure that you haven't revoked the trust. The third disadvantage is when you eventually sell the home that's owned by the trust, the title company may require also specific legal paperwork, a transfer deed from the trust, a transfer affidavit, is a certificate or declaration of trust. Some title companies may not require that. So you may have to jump through a few more legal hoops if you go to sell a house that's in the trust. The good news is these documents are well known. It might be in your trust package already, and your attorney can usually handle this behind the scenes with the title company and make the whole transaction pretty smooth. But it is an extra administrative layer. So you have higher upfront costs, a little extra paperwork potentially, but it brings up the question, why do millions of homeowners happily choose to put their homes in a trust anyway? Well, because there are some payoffs, and the payoffs are pretty big. Number 1, probate avoidance. Probate court can take somewhere between 9 and 18 months to go through, and it usually will take that long to settle the estate. Plus, if you own property in more than one state and you have a will-based plan, your family could end up facing multiple probate courts in order to get the properties transferred. A trust skips the probate court completely as long as everything is titled in the trust. Payoff number 2. There's complete family privacy. A will be published in the court. Anybody can look at it. It's a public record once it's filed. And so people will know what people were getting. Also, they can take a look at inventories. They could take a look at closing statements, so your personal business of the estate will be a public record. The third payoff is you have total control over the distribution. You don't just hand a 18-year-old a massive inheritance all at once. A trust lets you set conditions, age milestones, or staggered payout. Also, a trust can set certain hurdles. You must be a B student. You must graduate college. Whatever type of roadmap you want to put in your trust, you can put in your trust because you set the playbook. The fourth payoff, some trusts can have creditor and asset protection depending upon how the trust is structured. It can offer a strong layer of defense against creditors, lawsuits, or unforeseen family complications. This can definitely be done if you have a child that may have a debt problem or a child who may have an alcohol or drug problem. You can actually protect the child from themselves within your trust. At the end of the day, a trust isn't a one-size-fits-all product. It's a custom strategy. The small inconvenience of extra paperwork today and usually a little increase of stress if you're going to go ahead and move property in and out of the trust may save a lot of money and stress on the back end after you pass away for your family tomorrow. So if you're asking yourself whether your home belongs in a trust, don't guess. Every state laws are different and every family situation is unique. If you would like to research avoiding probate without going through the hassle of putting together a trust, watch the next video. Avoid probate. I'll see you over there.